Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi taala wabarakatuh and hi everyone. My name is Muhammad Azhar bin Ayat.
My name is Jasmina Edrican. My name is Melissa Sofia.
Alright, today's topic is the role of technology in education. We are aiming for an in-depth discussion. So let's start by looking at how technology impact the learning environment in both positive and negative ways. Jasmina, would you like to begin?
Yes, sure. Technology has been a game changer in education, especially over the past decade. E-learning platform, apps, and resources like online video has given students unprecedented access to information. Learning has become more flexible. Students can learn at their own pace and revisit material whenever they need. This flexibility really came into the spotlight during the pandemic when online learning became normal. I completely agree. What exciting is how personalized learning has become. With tools like adaptive learning systems, students get content tailored to their individual learning style and pace. For example, drunk students can access additional research, while advanced students can move ahead without being held back. Technology has made education more inclusive and accessible for diverse learning needs.
It's amazing how technology has broken down barriers. But do you both think it's all positive? Are there potential downsides we should be aware of?
Definitely, there's the issue of the digital divide. Not all students have access to laptops, tablets, or even stable internet connection. This inequality was really exposed during the pandemic when many students were left behind due to lack of resources. If we rely too much on technology without addressing this, we could deepen existing educational inequalities. That's true, Destina. Another challenge is that while technology can enhance learning, it can also be distracting. Students often have so much content at their fingertips that they might struggle to focus on what's important. On top of that, many students and even teachers aren't adequately trained to use the technology effectively. Without proper guidance, these tools can be underutilized or misused.
Yes, I think you both raised key challenges. The digital divide is something that's going to take coordinate effort to resolve. And Sophia, you touched on the need for training. Do you think schools are doing enough to prepare both teachers and students to navigate the tech-driven classroom?
I'd say schools are trying, but there's a long way to go. Some schools are investing in training programs for teachers, but not all teachers are getting support they need. Some are expected to just figure it out on their own, and that can be overwhelming. Also, it's not just about knowing on how to use the tools, but understanding how to integrate them into teaching in meaningful ways. Exactly, Jessica. Some teachers embrace technology while others are more resistant, especially if they are not comfortable with it. And then you have students who are digital native, but they don't always know how to use technology for learning. They use it more for entertainment. Schools need to provide training for both teachers and students, so they they can make the most of these tools in an educational context.
So it sounds like we need better support system for both teachers and students. Let's move on to something a bit more futuristic. What do you think the classroom of the future will look like? Say in 10 or 20 years, how do you see technology shaping that?
Great question. I think we'll see the classroom that are more immersive thanks to virtual and augmented reality. Imagine learning about ancient Rome and then walking through a virtual construction of the city, or conducting complex science experiments in virtual joy. AI will likely play a huge role too, creating personalized learning pathway for students, helping teachers manage workloads, and even providing real-time feedback on student performance.
That would be incredible. I also think education will become more globalist. With video, conferencing, and collaborative tools, students will be able to work on projects with peers from all over the world. The classroom might not be limited to a physical space anymore. We might see more hybrid learning environment where students attend both virtual and in-person sessions, making learning much more flexible and connected.
That sounds exciting. A more global, connected, and personalized learning environment. But do you think we might lose something if education becomes too reliant on technology? What happens to traditional teaching method and interaction?
That's a very concern. I don't think technology should replace traditional methods completely. There's something invaluable about face-to-face interaction, group discussion, and hands-on project. Human connection is crucial for developing social skills, empathy, and teamwork. So, while technology can enhance education, it should complement, not replace, the personal aspect of learning.
I agree. In fact, some studies have shown that students still benefit a lot from in-person interaction with teachers and peers. Technology can replicate the mentorship that teachers provide or the spontaneous discussion that happen in the classroom. There is also a risk of losing the ability to think critically if students become too reliant on technology to provide answers.
You both make good points. Balance seems to be the key here. Using technology where it's most effective but preserving the human aspect of learning. Let's dig a little deeper into a specific aspect of technology, which is AI in education. How do you see AI evolving in schools?
I think AI has enormous potential in education. Right now, we're seeing an adaptive learning system, but in the future, it could become even more sophisticated. AI could analyze students' learning habits, suggest personalized study plans, and even predict areas where they might struggle. It could also take over some administrative for teachers, like grading assignments or tracking progress, giving them more time to focus on actual teaching.
Yes, and AI could help make education more inclusive. For instance, AI-powered tools can help students with disabilities by providing tailored research, text-to-speech or speech-to-text application, AI tutoring, and even tools that detect when students are struggling emotionally could support a more holistic approach to learning. But they are concerned to like data privacy and whether AI can be truly unbiased.
Data privacy is a huge issue, especially when AI systems collect so much data on students. We will need we will need to establish strict regulation to ensure that students' personal information is protected. What about ethical concerns? Do you think there is a risk in relying too much on AI in education?
Absolutely, Muazzam. The issue on bias in AI is real. AI systems are only as good as the data they are trained on. If the data is biased, the AI can enforce those bias, which could affect student outcomes, especially for minority or underrepresented groups. There's also the ethical question of whether we should allow AI to make important decisions about the student education, like grading or even what subject we should focus on.
Yes, and there also the question of how AI might impact creativity and critical thinking. If students rely too much on AI to do the heavy lifting, whether it's for writing essay, solving math problems, or analyzing data, they might not develop the same problem solving skills. We need to strike a balance where AI enhance learning without replacing the fundamental skill we want students to develop.
That's a great point, Sophia. AI should empower students to think critically and creatively, not diminish those skills. Let's pivot a bit and talk about social media. It's a huge part of students' lives today. But what role do you think it's playing in education?
Social media can be both a blessing and a curse in education. On the one hand, platforms like YouTube or Twitter can be valuable resources for learning. Students can watch educational videos, follow experts in their field, or participate in discussion with peers across the globe. On the other hand, it can be incredible discrediting and sources of misinformation. Finding credible resources and staying focused on changes.
Yes, I think social media can enhance collaboration if used correctly. For instance, class groups on platforms like Slack or WhatsApp can help students communicate, share ideas, and work together on projects outside of the classroom. But we need to teach students how to navigate social media responsibly, like how to identify misinformation and balance time spent on entertainment versus education.
Digital literacy sounds like a critical skill in the context. It's not enough to just give students access to technology. They need to learn how to use it responsibly and effectively. What role do you think parents should play in the tech-driven education landscape?
Parents play a bigger role now than ever before, especially with e-learning. They have to ensure their kids are staying on task, aren't distracted by non-educational content, and are using technology safely. But not all the parents teach savvy, and they create its own challenges. Schools should offer resources or workshops to help parents understand the tools their kids are using.
Exactly, Justina. Many parents feel feel overwhelmed by the technology their children are required to use, especially during remote learning. Schools need to support them as much as they support students and teachers. At the same time, technology can empower parents by allowing them to track their children's progress, communicate with teachers more easily, and even access educational research themselves.
So it's not just about supporting students, but creating a support network that includes teachers and parents. Do you think that it's Do you think that if parents are more involved, students will perform better?
I think so, but it depends on the kind of involvement. If parents are actively engaged, helping their children with assignments, setting up a productive study environment, and staying informed about their progress, it can it can lead to better outcomes. But it's important to remember that all the parents have time or resources to be heavily involved. So schools should not place too much of the burden to them.
Yes, balance is important. School needs to work in partnership with parents, not rely on them to fill gaps in the educational system. Parents can be a great resource for providing emotional and academic support at home, but they should be expected to take on the role of a teacher.
I agree. It's all about creating a collaborative environment where school, parents, and students work together. Let's wrap up by imagining what an ideal touch integrate classroom of the future might look like. How do you how do you envision it?
For me, ideal classroom would be one where technology seamlessly integrates into every aspect of learning. Students could have access to personalized learning platform powered by AI, with tool labs for hands-on science experience, and augmented to bring history or geography lesson of our life. But there would be also a plenty of face-to-face interaction and group work, so students can develop social skills and learn how to collaborate with people.
I would love, I would love to see classroom where the focus is on project-based learning. Technology could help students work together on real world problems, both in person and remotely with access to global research. AI could provide personalized feedback, but the human element would still be central. Teachers would guide students, encourage critical thinking, and foster creativity.
Those are both fantastic visions for the future classroom. I love the idea of blending project-based learning with technology. How do you both see assessment changing with that integrated environment?
Assessment could become much more dynamic and continuous. Instead of relying solely and standard, standardized, we might see a shift toward formative assessment, where students receive ongoing feedback throughout projects. Tools like the e-portfolio could showcase a student's work over time, allowing teachers to assess growth after rather than just performance on a single task.
That's a great point, Jasmina. I also think technology could enable more peer assessment and self-reflection. Students could use digital platforms to review each other's work and provide constructive feedback, which fosters collaboration and critical thinking. Last, integrating AI could help analyze patterns in student submission to identify common areas where they struggle.
I like the idea of shifting the focus from the grade to learning processes. But how do we ensure that students are not just gaming the system? If they know they will receive feedback instead of a grade, they might submit lower quality work initially to get more feedback.
That's a valid concern. To address that, we need to create a culture of accountability, clear expectation, and rubrics can help guide students in their submission. Also, emphasizing the importance of learning from mistake rather than just completing, assignments can foster a growth mindset.
Exactly. And we should celebrate improvement and effort. Recognizing progress over perfection could motivate students to engage more deeply with their work, knowing that the focus is on learning rather than just scoring.
And what role do you think gamification might play in this? To incorporate game-like element to learning assessment engage students more.
Absolutely. Gamification can make learning more engaging in education by incorporating elements like gadgets, leaderboards, and challenges. Students might feel more motivated to participate and improve their skills. It creates sense and achievement that traditional grading often lacks.
I agree, and it can also foster healthy competition. However, we need to be cautious about how it's implemented. Not every student thrives in a competitive environment. So we should ensure that gamification doesn't alienate those who prefer a more collaborative or individualist approach.
That's a good point about inclusivity. Balance is crucial. Moving back to technology, do you think there are specific tools or platforms that schools should prioritize adapting in the near future?
Definitely, learning management system like Google Classroom or Canva can be invaluable. They centralize resources and communication, making it easier for students to access materials and for teachers to track the progress. Additionally, tools for coding and digital literacy like Scratch or Code should be integrated early on to prepare students for a technology-driven world.
Along with that, I would advocate for tools that support mental health and well-being. Platforms that promote mindfulness or allow students to check in on their emotional health can be essential. As we integrate more technology, we must, we must also ensure we are supporting students' mental health.
That's a fantastic perspective. With the rise of technology, mental health is often overlooked. How do you see the role of counselor and mental health professional evolving in school with more technology integration?
Counselors will likely need to adapt their approaches. They could use data from educational platforms to identify students who may be struggling academically or emotionally. With that insight, they can intervene more effectively. The technology can also help facilitate virtual counseling sessions, making support more accessible.
Right. And I think counselors can leverage technology to promote awareness and research for mental health. For instance, they could use social media or school apps to share tips for managing stress, or even create online support groups for students who prefer connecting with groups.
It's encouraging to think about how technology can foster a more supportive environment for students. Now, shifting gears a bit, what about the role of educators themselves? How do you see teaching role evolving with the integration of technology?
Educators will likely transition from traditional knowledge transmitter to facilitators of learning. Their role will be more about guiding students in how to think critically and creatively, using technology as a tool rather than a crutch. Teachers will need to focus on building relationship and understanding each student's unique needs.
Definitely. And they will also need to become lifelong learners themselves. As technology evolves, teachers will need ongoing training to stay updated on the latest tools and methods. Professional development should be a continuous process rather than just, in, just an annual event.
That's that continuous learning model is crucial. I wonder how schools can foster a culture of innovation among educators. Do you think there are practices that could encourage this?
Creating collaborative spaces for teachers to share ideas and resources can help. Professional learning communities or mentorship programs can promote sharing best practices. Encouraging experimentation with new technologies in a supportive environment can also lead to innovation.
Absolutely. And recognizing teachers' effort to integrate technology in creative ways is important. School could celebrate innovative teaching methods or showcase successful projects to inspire others.
Celebrating innovation is key to build a positive school culture. As we look ahead, what do you think the biggest challenge will be for school in this technology-driven landscape?
I think balancing technology with traditional methods will be a significant challenge. Schools must ensure that while they are embracing new tools, they don't lose sight of fundamental aspects of education that foster critical thinking, creativity, and social skills.
Additionally, addressing equality in access to technology will remain a critical issue. We can allow disparities in research to widen the educational gap. Schools will need to advocate for funding and community support to ensure our students have the tools they need to succeed.
Those are both inspiring goals. Building on that, how do you think we can ensure that technology supports emotional intelligence and creativity in education? Are there specific strategies that might help?
I think integrating social emotional learning (SEL) into the curriculum is crucial. For example, using technology to create projects that require teamwork can help students develop interpersonal skills. Platforms that allow for collaborative brainstorming or peer feedback can enhance their emotional intelligence by teaching them how to communicate effectively and empathize with others.
That's an excellent point, Justina. Additionally, incorporating creative tools like digital storytelling apps or design software can give students the freedom to express their ideas and emotions visually. When students are encouraged to create, they engage more deeply with the content and develop a sense of ownership over their learning.
I love the idea of digital storytelling. It seems like a powerful way for students to share their perspective and experience. How can teachers facilitate this kind of creativity in their classroom?
Teachers can start by providing clear promos or themes that encourage personal expression. For instance, asking students to create a digital story about a challenge they have overcome can help them reflect on their experience while practicing storytelling skills. Encouraging peer sharing sessions can also promote a sense of community and provide with diverse viewpoints.
Absolutely. Teachers should also model creativity by sharing their own experience and projects. When students see their educators actively engaging with technology and creativity, it inspires them to do the same. Plus, it opens up conversation about the creative process, including the value of failure as part of learning.
Speaking of failure, how do we foster an environment where students feel safe to take risks and innovate without fear of judgment?
Creating a culture of experimentation is a key. Teachers should emphasize that takes are a natural part of learning process. Incorporating reflections on what went wrong and what can be learned from those experiences can normalize failure and encourage risk taking. Celebrating not just successful projects, but also the efforts that didn't go as planned can reinforce the mindset.
Yes, additionally, integrated reflection practice, such as journal or group discussion, allows students to process their experience. When they articulate what they are learning from failures or challenges, they build resilience and a growth mindset.
That's such a valuable perspective. Transitioning a bit, how do you see the role of parents evolving this technology into great educational landscape? What steps can they take to be involved?
Parents can become advocates for their children by by engaging with the technology released in school. They can familiarize themselves with learning management system and educational apps which can help support their children learning at home. Schools could provide workshops for parents to learn about these tools, creating a shared understanding.
Schools should establish regular channels for updates and research that parents can use at home. Additionally, involving parents in school events like test nights or project showcase can strengthen community ties and demonstrate the benefit of technology in education.
It sounds like building partnership between school and families is essential. What do you think about the potential for community organization to play a role in supporting technology integration?
Community organization can be invaluable. They often have less resources and expertise that school might lack. Partnership could lead to workshop, mentorship programs, or even after-school technology clubs that engage students and families alike. This collaboration can enhance the students' learning experience and provide additional support.
Exactly. Additionally, local business could sponsor technology initiatives, providing tools or research for students. This could help bridge the gap between classroom learning and real-world application, showing students the relevance of their education.
I love that idea. Real world connection can make learning more meaningful. As we look toward the future, how can we ensure that technology is used ethically in education?
That's a critical question. Schools need to educate students about digital citizenship, emphasizing responsible online behavior and the importance of privacy. By integrating lessons on ethics and digital literacy into the curriculum, we can prepare students to navigate the digital world truthfully and responsibly.
Additionally, teachers should model ethical technology use in their own practice, demonstrating transparency in how they use student data and discussing online safety can help instill those values in students. Open discussion about the impact of technology on society can also promote critical thinking about ethical consideration.
Those are great strategies. It seems that ongoing dialogue about technology's role is essential. As we conclude, what final thoughts do you have about the future of education, technology integrated?
I believe the future holds immense potential. If we approach technology thoughtfully, it can empower students, foster collaboration, and create a more inclusive learning environment. Just need to keep focused on the human aspect of education.
I agree wholeheartedly. The key will be finding the right balance, leveraging technology to enhance, not replace the essential human connection and creativity that define education. If we can do that, the future looks incredibly promising.
As we look toward the future, one of the pressing issues is how to ensure that technology is used ethically in education. What are your thoughts on this subject?
That's a big matter. First and foremost, we need to focus on educating students about digital citizenship. That include understanding their rights and responsibilities online, as well as the importance of privacy and security. It's about equipping them with the knowledge to navigate the digital world.
Absolutely. Yeah. Digital citizenship should be a core part of the curriculum. But it's not just about informing students, it's also about fostering a culture where ethical discussion around technology are encouraged. How can we create an environment where students feel comfortable raising concerns about technology?
Creating safe spaces for open dialogue is crucial. Could have regular class discussion or forums where students can share their experience and challenges with technology. This not only builds community but also allows educators to address misconceptions and provide guidance.
I love the idea. Engaging students in discussion about the ethical implication of their online behavior can promote critical thinking. We could use real-life scenarios or case studies to help them analyze situation and understand the consequences of their actions.
That's a great approach. Additionally, I think it's important teachers to model ethical behavior themselves. When educators demonstrate responsible technology use and discuss their own decision-making processes, it sets a powerful example for students.
Exactly. Transparency is how we use technology in the classroom and build trust. We should also openly discuss the tools we are using, the data that we collect, making sure students understand how this information is needed.
Speaking of data, we need to address privacy concerns seriously. Schools should have clear policies about data usage, and parents must be informed about how their children's information is being used. This kind of transparency can help build confidence in the technology we employ.
Agreed. We should also advocate for age-appropriate content that teach students about data privacy, incorporating lessons about how to protect personal information and the risk associated with oversharing online can empower them to make informed decisions.
And as technology advances, we need to prepare students for the ethical challenges that come with it, especially with AI and machine learning become more prevalent. How can we ensure they understand these technologies?
Introducing discussion about AI ethics in the classroom is essential. We could explore topics like algorithmics, yes, and data ethics, allowing students to critically access the technologies they use. This not only prepares them for the future but also encourages them to question and advocate for ethical practice.
Definitely. We could also create partnership with technology companies to bring experts into the classroom. Guest speakers would share insight on ethical practice in technology, helping students connect classroom learning with real-world application.
That's a fantastic idea, Maza. Collaborating with industry professionals can also provide students with a clearer understanding of the implication of technology in various fields, making the learning experience more relevant.
And let's not forget about inclusivity. We need to ensure that all students have access to technology and the research to learn about ethical use. Addressing the digital divide is crucial to providing equitable education.
Absolutely. Schools should strive to provide resources to underprivileged students, such as device on internet access. Community partnership can help bridge this gap and create a more equitable learning environment.
That's true. We could look into local businesses or technology companies willing to sponsor or donate devices. Imagine a campaign where students reach out to the community to showcase their needs. It could foster a sense of ownership and collaboration.
I like the idea. Engaging students in the process not only empowers them but also teaches valuable skills like communication and negotiation. Thus, it could spark interest in technology and entrepreneurship among them.
Right. And once we establish those partnerships, we could organize workshop where industry professionals come in and teach students about not just technology but also about career path in those fields. It's all about connecting education with real world application.
Exactly. And I think it would also be beneficial to have mentorship programs. Students could work alongside professionals on projects, giving them a taste of what it's like to work in technology in industry.
That's a great idea. Mentorship can be such a powerful tool for personal and academic growth. It could help students navigate their own educational journey while developing essential soft skills.
And let's not overlook the importance of teaching digital citizenship. As technology becomes more integrated into our life, understanding how to navigate it responsibly is vital. We could create a curriculum that focuses on online ethics and digital footprints.
Absolutely. That curriculum could include discussion about misinformation and critical thinking, teaching students how to evaluate sources and think critically about the information they consume. Will have a lasting impact on their education and beyond.
Also, involving parents in this conversation is crucial. We need to educate families about the importance of technology in education and provide them with research to support their children's learning at home.
Yes, workshop for parents could demystify technology and its application. They could learn about the tools their children are using and how to guide them in their digital journey.
This is really coming together. I can already envision a community technology fair where students showcase projects. Parents learn about resources and industry professionals can engage with anyone. It could become an annual event.
That's amazing. The technology fair could also serve as a fundraiser to help support ongoing technology initiatives in our school. Engaging the community in this way build a stronger network of support of our students.
And it is reinforces the idea that technology is a shared responsibility. Everyone in the community has a role to play in ensuring that all students can thrive in this digital age.
Exactly. With collaboration, inclusivity, and a focus on real-world application, we can create an environment where every student feels empowered to explore technology and its possible.
I'm so excited about the function here. Let's start learning the first step. We can reach out to local business, outline our vision and brainstorm how to implement these ideas.
Let's do it. With patience and commitment, we can transform education for our students and make technology an integral part of their learning experience.
I think we should also consider creating a survey for every student and parents to gather their insight and needs. It will help us tailor our initiatives to what the community truly wants.
Great point. Understanding their perspective will not only inform our planning but also engage them in the process. If they feel heard, they will be more likely to participate.
And we could set up focus group with students to dive deeper in their interests. Their input could lead to innovative ideas that we might not have considered.
Yes, we could ask them what tools they find helpful, what challenges they face with technology, and what skills they wish to develop. This feedback will be invaluable.
Plus, we could highlight success stories from students who have utilized technology effectively. Sharing these narratives could inspire others and create a culture of achievement and innovation.
That's a fantastic idea. Celebrating their accomplishment can motivate students and show them the tangible benefit of engaging with technology.
And let's not forget about creating an online platform to keep everyone updated about our initiatives. It could serve as a hub for resources, success stories, and upcoming events.
Absolutely. An online platform will also allow us to share best practice and insight with others who are facing similar challenges. We could foster a wider network of collaboration.
Yes, and it could include forum for students to discuss their project and share ideas. Peer-to-peer interaction can be incredibly motivating and beneficial.
This is really shaping up to be a comprehensive plan. I can already see how our efforts could not only empower students, but also create a ripple effect throughout the community.
I'm thrilled about the possibilities. Let's set a timeline for our first steps. Perhaps we can meet weekly, discuss progress, and keep the momentum going.
Agree. Consistent communication will be key. Let's also design it role so we can efficiently tackle different aspects of the initiative.
Great idea! I can handle outreach to business. Sophia can focus on gathering feedback from parents and students, and Azam can spearhead the mentorship and workshop efforts.
That sounds perfect. With our combined strengths, we can create a truly impactful program. I can't wait to get started.
Me neither. Together, we will ensure that our students have the tools and support they need to thrive in increasingly digital world. Let's make this happen.
In In conclusion, I believe that by fostering collaboration with industry, professional and engaging the community, we can significantly enhance our students' learning experience. Our focus on real-world application will not only make education more relevant, but also inspire students to explore their interest in technology. Let's commit to creating an inclusive environment where every student has access to the resources they need to succeed.
To wrap up, I'm excited about the direction we are heading in. Addressing the digital divide is crucial for equity in education. By involving parents and the community, we can build a strong support system that empower our students. Together, we can ensure that every student feels valued and has the opportunity to thrive in a digital world. Let's keep inclusivity at the forefront of our initiative.
In conclusion, I see our initiative as a transformative opportunity for both students and the community. By focusing on mentorship, digital citizenship, and hands-on experience, we can equip our students with the skill they need for the future. Our collective efforts will not only bridge gaps, but also create a culture of innovation and responsibility. I'm looking forward to see the positive impact we can make together. So that's all of our discussion today. Thank you.